Hello, my name's Atul, and today we have a bit of a controversial topic to cover for my first video. YouTube recently, as you might know, has been censoring people's videos, as I would like to call it, in a little unearthly way. I came across an article that really got me thinking. So, without further ado, let's get right into this. I have been involved in the tech world for over 35 years. I became a developer back in 1984. My website, historycentral.com, has been live since 1995. Over the last several decades, I have worked with Apple, Google, and including YouTube, Facebook, Amazon, and will continue to do so. There were years I earned significant income from one another, or a combination of these tech mammoths. In other years, revenue plummeted, usually due to an algorithmic change, but sometimes due to some mistake I made. On several occasions, I have reached out to Google to correct an error they made. So, off the bat, I would like to say this: YouTube used, and Google used to really care a lot about if they made like a algorithms slip up, but since the apocalypse, as you might know, the apocalypse was due to advertisers pulling out. YouTube really got a little bit more extreme with their censorship policy. They've been, taking away money from everyone who's not the simple, tiniest bit of unorthodox, the tiniest bit of a simple, controversial opinion, they'll censor it. The only channels that were really safe, honestly, in my opinion, were toy review channels. And who in their rightful mind will watch that? I mean, you have to be like 8 to really, at maximum, to find enjoyment from those types of videos. And I kind of feel bad for this Mark Schulman because he's never gone public with his concerns until now. The writing of this article was triggered by a notification from YouTube that my 8-minute video, the Holocaust, a short story history, was flagged as age restricted. Um, you gotta, of course, you might want to do that for age restrict things for like sexual content on YouTube, but surely you don't do that for a documentary about something that really badly happened called which is the Holocaust. If I'm sure, like there might have been a bit effed up stuff that happened during the Holocaust, but there's no real reason to just censor that all entirely. People need to create an actual YouTube account if something's age restricted, and most of YouTube, like I think it's like a quarter or like a third of YouTube doesn't even have an account. Like how much people do you see commenting on videos compared to views? According to YouTube, age restricted videos are not visible to users who are logged out or under 18 years of age or have restricted mode enabled. Yeah. What bugs me more, it literally says this is not about money. This video is not monetized. Nothing is being earned from it. So, censor it altogether, Susan. The CEO of YouTube, just censor it all together. The video might be indeed a little bit graphic. It contains a clip captured from German archival footage of the actual mass killings of Jews by death squads. Despite the horror, this historic footage is something that high school students should be barred from viewing. It's not something high school students should be barred from viewing. Honestly, high school students, people that are mature enough, sure, you shouldn't let Toy Review Johnny watch the video, but you should allow high school students, teachers who probably don't have a YouTube account, to be able to watch this type of content to teach people to teach to their to teach to their students. Within 3 hours, YouTube sent a response that their initial decision held. This episode raises a larger question about the dilemmas created by having two monopolies, i.e., Google and Facebook control the flow of information throughout the globe, except for China, which I do have to admit to. If something controls them, has a monopoly over the information that we read, there has to be some freedom of speech, okay? YouTube can't just, like, have their own dilemma, just outright just take down, restrict the video. You know what I'm saying? But seriously. But Google and Facebook are unique. They don't control commodities, they control information, and their founders still control their companies thanks to special voting rights their stocks provide. The power of Google and Facebook creates three sets of problems addressing one challenge and exacerbates the other. This over here is basically saying what I already said. But let's get on. Let's continue some more. The second problem in trying to fix these issues, both Google and Facebook have taken on the role of censors in chief. They have taken it upon themselves to regulate societal norms that high schoolers should not be subjugated to graphic images, including those of the Holocaust. They also act as gatekeepers to ensure that YouTube, as YouTube describes it, members of the protected classes are not defamed or attacked by any of their videos. Alongside societal judgment calls, YouTube works hard to remove truly dangerous, quote-unquote, dangerous videos, like those produced by terrorists. And that I have to agree with. You need to remove stuff like that. But not the Nazis were terrorists, okay? But the Jews who were killed, who were massacred, who were murdered in the Holocaust, you know what they need to do? Their lives should not be censored. Sure, censor ISIS, censor terrorists, censor extremists. Go ahead, I don't care. But don't censor the Holocaust, okay? That's just effed up. During one quarter of 2018 alone, YouTube removed 58 million videos. But how does a private for-profit company make such decisions? Beyond relying on AI, which has its own set of issues, Google has not retained a team of Harvard-trained social scientists to review the videos they host. These decisions are often made by subcontracted, overworked, underpaid employees who are given a set of guidelines and must do their best to reach quick determinations. Seriously, like, more than 500 million videos, you gotta give these guys more slack. Seriously. And that is where I'm going to end this video here. It is an 8-minute long video, but you get the point. The point is clear. YouTube must stop with what they're doing. YouTube must stop, rethink their policy, and they must stop censoring history that happened just because it's not family friendly. You age restrict a video about the Holocaust because you don't want the family friendly, quote unquote family friendly audience to see this. Okay? And that is it. Thank you. This was Atul J. Shankar, and I'll see you in the next one.